Hey guys, this is Brandon's Baseball Vlogs. We're going to be doing the sports interview about the incoming Wrestlemania, the hype for it, and everything, and about what we're excited to see. Also, my friend Randy is going to be talking about his views on how the Red Sox are doing, how the Yankees are doing, and how it's normal for teams to struggle early, and also how it's pretty crazy about the Juan Soto comments that he made about Aaron Judge, about how Aaron Judge is the greatest hitter he ever had bat behind him, and how he misses playing with Aaron Judge. And also, we're going to talk about how literally the Yankees are doing pretty good, and they're in first place, and how the Red Sox and the Blue Jays and Rays and the Orioles and the Yankees are all almost tied with each other. My views on the Juan Soto comments is like, Juan Soto, you now say you miss Aaron Judge, you miss now playing with the Yankees, because literally, I don't think you realize you have a really good hitter in Pete Alonso, who is on fire right now, who is hitting home runs and RBIs and everything almost every day. And because of that, literally Pete Alonso is doing much better for the Mets right now. And he's hitting behind you, and he's doing great. Well, you're only hitting 3 home runs and 8 RBIs on the season and 252 average. And I think what Aaron Judge said is what is right. That he says, I'm not going back and forth on this, that he has one of the best hitters that is hitting right now, which is Pete Alonso. Judge recognizes that Soto is frustrated. But he also said, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going back and forth, because literally he's having an okay start to the season, not his normal season. But Judge also said, you have one of the best hitters behind you, which is Pete Alonso. And my opinion is Aaron Judge is right about that. And also, I think it's true what MLB Network said. Is it Juan Soto or Juan Soso? That's hilarious that he said that. And then, literally, it's funny that MLB Network also said, Soto, you are one of the best hitters in baseball right now. But the reason why everybody's pitching differently to you is because literally you just got paid $765 million for 15 years. And you're the highest paid player in baseball. And that's the reason why they're pitching differently to you. And also, you could have taken 16 years, $760 million, but you took more money. So I think you should stop talking crap and actually listen and actually focus on playing. Because I don't think Mets fans or the Mets ownership wants to hear you say that. Here's my friend Randy to talk all about that. Here's my friend Randy.
What's up?
So, Randy, what do you think of the comments that Juan Soto said?
I mean, you chose to leave the Yankees.
And what do you think of his comments by saying, I had the greatest hitter behind me. That's why they were pitching me differently. And he's batting .250, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a .400 on base percentage only. And literally, everybody on MLB Network is saying, you are being paid big money. That's why they're pitching you differently.
Like, that's the reason why. Because you just made a comment saying, like, oh, I get paid this much money, this much money.
And what do you think of his comments by saying, oh, I had the best hitter behind me last year, when he doesn't realize he has one of the other best hitters, Pete Alonso, who is stepping up and hitting much better than him.
That's true.
What do you think of that?
That is actually true.
That he doesn't realize Pete Alonso is doing all the work while he hasn't been.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
I mean, he needs to step his game up and not let the money get to his head.
Yeah. And what do you think of Aaron Judge saying, I'm not going to go back and forth on this. He has the best hitter behind him in Queens, but I'll always respect him, but I just want to focus on helping my team win.
Yeah.
What do you think of what Aaron Judge said?
That's actually smart.
And why do you think it's smart?
Because he doesn't give ish about the dang money. He cares about playing the sport.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of this? The Yankees have gone through a little bit of struggle. The Dodgers have gone through a little bit of struggle. But the Yankees are starting to hit like crazy, like their normal selves like they're used to be. And literally, our pitching, we just got a pitcher back from injury. Clark Schmidt is on the mound today. He has been activated off the injured list. He is back. And the Yankees got a big hit in the game where they hit a bases clearing double to give us a 4-2 lead. And we ended up winning 4-2. But literally, that it's like the Yankees are doing this more. They're getting more base hits than just home runs. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's not about smashing the ball out of the park. It's just getting on base.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of this? Even though they're not hitting as many home runs, and even though Judge hasn't been hitting home runs, he's still at 6 home runs this year. He's still getting more walks and everything.
Yeah.
What is your thought on that?
It's just insane he's getting more walks than he's getting on. I mean, he's getting on base, but I mean, like, it's just like, they should stop walking him.
Like, challenge him.
Yeah.
And what is your thought on this? On how the Yankees are in first place. The Blue Jays are tied with them for first place. The Red Sox are in third. The Orioles are in fourth, and the Rays are in last.
Well, I already knew the Rays were going to be in last.
What do you think of it, though, that the Blue Jays and Red Sox and Yankees are almost all in it?
It's just insane, dude. I don't understand how the heck baseball season's here just like that. And once again, Yankees are in first place like always.
Yeah. And what is your thought on this? Alex Bregman, for the first time in his career, had a 5-hit game. 5 hits in a game, 2 home runs, 12 total bases, 4 RBIs, and everything. The newest Red Sox.
I love Bregman as a Red Sox.
Do you think?
I love him as a Red Sox. I think he picked a better choice.
And what do you think of this? The Astros announced when Bregman and the Red Sox come to town, we're going to do a big honor for him.
That would be insane. That would be cool, too.
And do you think Bregman could sign an extension with the Red Sox?
I feel like yes, because he's doing the records he's pulling up on the Red Sox. I think he will, dude.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of that? He is the first third baseman since Rafael Devers and Mike Lowell to have 5 hits in one single game.
That's not bad, dude.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of this? That the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, who are usually a really great team, who start out usually really good, are in last place this year. And it's just shocking that they're not doing well at all. And they are they're starting to get their better players back from injury. But they're still hitting good offense, but they're losing like crazy. They're 5-13. And they're usually one of the best teams in baseball. And literally the Mets are in first. The Phillies are in second. The Miami Marlins are in third. In fourth. And then the Braves are in last. What is your thought on that? That the Braves are usually a good team, but they're in last place.
That's insane because Braves are usually in last place.
Well, Marlins are usually, but that the Braves are like the best team usually in that division. Because the Braves have won 12 consecutive division titles in that division.
That's insane, dude.
Do you think the Braves are like a sleeping giant until Ronald Acuna Jr. comes back from injury?
I think so, yeah.
And what do you think they're going to be like when he finally returns from injury?
I think he's going to have like a sluggish situation, but he's going to catch up real fast.
And you think the Braves will too?
Yeah.
And what is your thought on this? That we're seeing all these young guys like Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, Trent Grisham, Ben Rice, all leading these categories when Stanton usually does, but Stanton's still recovering from injury. But we're seeing all these younger players and superstars for the Yankees leading in all these categories.
It's just insane that all these injuries happened in 2024, and now, like, they're just, like, some of them are recovering, and some of them has not been cleared to play.
Yeah. And so what do you think of the Mets?
Some has been cleared, some has not.
Yeah. So, what do you... Sorry.
You can go first. You're going to ask a question.
What do you think of the Mets being in first place, 12-7?
Bro, how in the fudge are they in first place?
They're hitting on offense. They lost today. They gave up a walk-off double today to the Twins, and they lost that series.
Oh, yeah. I was at Dave and Buster's with Antonio, and I saw they were losing to the Minnesota Twins. How do you lose to the Twins? What's up, Twin?
What do you think of the Mets being in first place, though, and how it makes their fan base feel, though?
I mean, it makes their fan base good, but, like, you know how many times the Mets been first place? They squandered that, and then they lost their freaking edition being first, and then they, like, went from first to second to third to fourth to fifth to sixth, and then they still made it to the playoffs, but then they just got eliminated.
Yeah. I remember that. Last year, they came close to the World Series. They were in the NLCS Game 6.
That was a shame of freaking series, dude.
Against the Dodgers. And what do you think of this? The Dodgers have been struggling a little bit, but they're still doing well. But they're starting to hit again like crazy.
You know something crazy? It's like, I always notice this. Whenever a freaking team wins a World Series, it's like when it's the next season, they do good in spring training, and then they just play crummy in the regular season. Then they come back up, and then they do whatever, and then it's whatever, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of this? The Padres made history. For the first time in franchise history, they were 11-0 at home to start the season.
They were what when they were home through the season, dude?
They start the season 11-0 at home.
And what the heck happened after that?
They lost one game. But they're still 11. They started the season 11-0 at home since last year.
How is the Mets 12-7?
And the Padres are 13-3, and they're in first place.
Yeah, that makes 0 sense. 0.
Usually the Dodgers finish in first. That's what I remember.
Bro, how are they in first, but the Padres have freaking more wins?
I have no idea, because the Padres probably play other later games because they're in San Diego.
San Diego.
And what do you think of this? Fernando Tatis Jr., even though he took steroids years ago, he has come back. He's been doing great, and he's already on fire start to the season with 6 home runs and he made a really great defensive play to help the team win. And he's been doing really good offensively, and for Manny Machado.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
Hey guys, we're going to be talking now about Clark Schmidt. He's making his season debut today. He's coming back from injury. I'm honestly excited because I honestly think he's going to have a good start. I'm glad the Yankees took it slow with him because I don't want him to rush back and then gets injured and then be out of the season. But honestly, Clark Schmidt is a great leader. And we're going to also talk about Aaron Judge being named Team USA captain for the Team USA baseball team in the World Baseball Classic that will start next year in spring training. And how it's a really great honor and what Aaron Judge said and everything. My honest opinion is that literally it's a really cool honor that he did that and that he was named the baseball Team USA captain because he said it's an honor to represent the United States of America, his country, his home country, but also it is an honor to honor the men and women who have served this country and gave their lives. And Aaron Judge is honestly a great leader for saying that. And he's the right choice. And even when you hear Mike Trout, one of the best players in baseball, if not the greatest right now, him, Ohtani, and everybody, but Mike Trout said it should be Aaron Judge be the captain because I respect him, everybody loves him, and he's never given up, and he's always able to help the team whenever the team's upset about something. Here's my friend Randy to talk all about that, and we're going to talk about how teams are now forgetting about the torpedo bats finally and how everybody in baseball is using them. So, Randy, what do you think of this? Clark Schmidt coming back from injury, making his season debut today, and how the Yankees took it slow with him, saying, we want you to build up your pitches, build up your strength, and then we'll let you have your debut on April 16th today.
Sweet, sweet victory, yeah. Our player's coming back from injury.
And what do you think of it that the Yankees took it slow with him throughout spring training?
I mean, it's smart because, he had an injury. And I just sweet victory coming back from injury because it stinks. Like, when you play a sport you love and then you get injured and then you have to wait to come back from injury. So that's going to be my number one song when I hear a player coming back from injury. And I'm like, sweet, sweet Vic, sweet injury, yeah. Coming back to play the game.
And what do you think? How do you think he's going to do tonight against the Royals for the Yankees?
Ooh, oh, God. We're talking about the Kansas City Royals?
Yes.
Kansas City. Oh, God.
The Yankees beat them twice.
Bro?
The Yankees beat them last night and the night before, and they beat them in the ALDS last year.
Oh, God damn, dude. Sports was Kansas City. You can't understand where I'm coming from with this shiz, dude.
Do you think the Yankees are going to beat them tonight?
Oh, that's great. I hope they do.
And they look to sweep the Royals today. And what do you think of this? World Baseball Classic is coming back next year. And Team USA, Mark DeRosa, the manager, a former baseball player from 1998 to 2013, who's the manager of Team USA, has just announced that Aaron Judge is named the captain of Team USA for the team, where he'll walk with the team out and carry that American flag. And he literally said this. Mike Trout said it should be Aaron Judge because we all love him, we respect him, and that he is a player and a leader that no one ever talks bad about. What do you think about that?
I agree with Mike Trout about Aaron Judge as a leader. He doesn't talk bad about players.
And what do you think of it?
Come on. I feel like out of anyone as a New York Yankee, out of like anyone in that locker room, Aaron Judge has never talked any trash about no team. He talks no. He doesn't talk trash. He doesn't trash talk. He doesn't bash other teams. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't do none of that.
He only calls them out on the things they do.
He only called. That is called a gentleman player.
Mm-hmm.
That is called, because if you call someone out saying like, "Oh, this mofo did a cheap shot for no apparent reason," you're calling the dude out because you're just trying to let them realize, like, hey, like you can't do that. Like that is not safe, dude.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of it that literally Aaron Judge, they asked him, are you going to recruit players to Team USA? He's like, absolutely. But also, it's an honor to be the captain because I've always wanted to play for Team USA. Now that I get to, it's going to be an awesome feeling. But to represent the United States of America, my country, my home country, and to honor the men and women who have served this great nation. What do you think of that he said that?
That's amazing.
That he said to honor the men and women who served and gave their lives to this country. What's your thought on what Aaron Judge said about that?
Well, it's good that, players are now seeing what these soldiers are serving our country for. I'm not gonna lie. There are so many great Americans that serve our country, but there are some people that are serving our country in the wrong manner.
Yeah.
There are good people and there are bad people, and there are good soldiers and there are corrupted soldiers, like there are corrupted police officers.
Yeah.
But the point is that if you are doing your job as serving your country, doing it the right way, and not getting employed the wrong way, but you're getting employed the right way, then you're serving your country as a real American.
Yeah. And what do you think of Aaron Judge being the captain of Team USA and walking out and carrying that flag for the team and recruiting players to join Team USA for next year?
Smart. That's a smart thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And?
That's the smart and right thing to say when you're serving the Team USA for the baseball classic, because I've seen people that did not do that and then they got bashed for being the captain, which I don't understand people for bashing someone that it's like you don't always have to bash someone to say like, oh, why didn't you run out with an American flag? You don't have to do that all the time on the baseball classic if you're on Team USA. You do it every once in here and there. So but Aaron Judge I feel like Aaron Judge is gonna be the first.
Well, Mike Trout did it, and everybody loved it.
So I feel like Aaron Judge wants to redo that Mike Trout did it. So that's smart.
Yeah. And what do you think of this? That the Olympics announced baseball is going to be coming back to the Olympics, and the Dodgers will be hosting the 2028 Summer Olympics at Dodger Stadium.
That's not bad.
And what do you think of it that they're bringing baseball back to the Olympics?
It's about dang time, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of it that Soto is struggling to start the year, and literally he says he misses playing for the Yankees, even though we talked about it before.
You miss playing for the Yankees, but you decided to leave the dang Yankees, dude.
And sign a 15-year, $765 million deal.
Yeah.
But when you could have taken a 16-year, $760 million with the Yankees.
You could have stayed with a team that you made to the World Series and had a better year, but you decided.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to leave it and then just go to a crummy team. Which, good for you. You're freaking in first place.
My honest opinion on Wrestlemania, I'm excited to watch it this year. And I'm excited for the matches. I think that Rey Mysterio is going to win and expose Chad Gable as the American Grande. And also, I honestly think LA Knight's going to win because of Solo Sikoa distracting Jacob Fatu. And then we're going to possibly get Fatu versus Solo at SummerSlam. And I honestly think this, John Cena, even though I love John Cena and I love Cody Rhodes, I think John Cena is going to win because he deserves to win his 17th championship. And I think Jey Uso is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeet. And I honestly think that we're going to see Bayley and Lyra win that championships. I honestly think we're going to see that. And between Braun, Dom, and Finn and Penta, I think we're going to honestly see... I wouldn't be surprised if Dom wins or Penta wins, possibly. Or Braun, because those three deserve to win. And Braun's already a 2-time champion. But Penta deserves to win. Dom deserves to win. But honestly, I think either those three will win because I think Finn is just too shady. He hates Dom. And he's been very rude and I think he's slightly turning against them. And I think he's going to win that match. And I honestly think Jade Cargill is going to beat Naomi. And then we're going to get a match between those two again at SummerSlam. I think Io or Rhea is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I think Io may retain, or I honestly think Rhea may win. And then we'll either get a match between those two again at SummerSlam. That's what I think. And also, honestly, I think the hype for WrestleMania this year is going to be awesome. It's really going to be good. And we're also going to see Triple H be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. That's going to be awesome. By Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That's going to be awesome to see Triple H get into the Hall of Fame because he deserves it. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And also, just because of just the hype for everything is going to be awesome. And can't wait to see John Cena on SmackDown. That's going to be really awesome. So, Randy, what did you think about the favor CM Punk said that Paul Heyman, my best friend, will be in my corner?
That was insane, dude. I was like, yo, that was insane.
And what did you think of what Roman was like?
Roman got pissed off, dude. He got mad.
And what did you think of Monday Night Raw where Roman shoved Paul Heyman?
Oh, like, that was not cool.
Why?
Okay, so, alright, so this is why people think Roman is... Don't get me wrong, I love Roman. He's a good freaking wrestler.
Yeah.
But people get off on the wrong end.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way he walks and talks about, and how he treats his family and his wise man, but, like, that's part of his gimmick, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of Seth Rollins getting involved by saying, now you owe me a favor to Paul Heyman?
I feel like Seth just did that just to freaking get a overhand on Roman and CM Punk. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because A, Seth screwed Roman, and then Seth hates Punk because Punk got fired, dude. So that's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
So Seth can't really get mad at CM Punk for that. But that's like, but how many times have Seth says like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit the WWE. I'm gonna quit the WWE. It's not going the way I want it, right?"
Yeah.
But you still stayed. But did Punk quit the WWE? No, he got fired.
Yeah.
There's a difference from quitting and getting fired.
And he came back.
Came back. He only got fired because he was talking back to the bosses because he said, "I should be the main event of WrestleMania. I deserve it. I've been here since day one."
True.
He's been there since after.
2011.
So after Batista, no, because there are a lot of other wrestlers that left and just like did not come back because they're like, "Oh, screw the WWE." Like Dave Batista, even though I love Dave Batista, the Animal, but like he's doing his thing in Hollywood as a movie actor, right?
Yeah.
But he's decided like how John Cena's deciding like, okay, my career as wrestler is over. He can't pull it up anymore.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of Seth Rollins in a recent interview saying, if it's good for the business, I will side by selling my soul with teaming with The Rock and John Cena, if it's good for business.
He was okay. Can I explain something about this shit, people?
Yeah.
Don't ever say that to any person. I'm gonna sell my, to whoever. Your soul belongs to you, nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, "I sell my soul to Jesus Christ," because that's a good person to do that. But like, don't sell your soul to anybody that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's freaking insane.
And what do you think of Rollins saying, if it's good for business, I'll team with The Rock and Cena?
Bro, he hates The Rock.
And what do you think about all the hype for WrestleMania this year?
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be insane because like it's in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Bro, there's this title that they had last year because of Philadelphia WrestleMania. It was called the Gold Title. Last year's WrestleMania, that Gold Title,
yeah,
sold out so fast. Bro, they sold out so fast this year for freaking Las Vegas, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of the matches that they're having for WrestleMania?
Okay, why do they have to give Lyra Valkyria and Bayley a freaking tag team title match against Liv and Raquel, okay?
Yeah.
Lyra already has the Intercontinental title. What? Like, give Bayley a different tag team partner, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of it that Chelsea Green is not defending her title at WrestleMania? And Lyra is not defending her title at WrestleMania.
Because she's getting a freaking tag title match. That's why.
What do you think of it?
Every WrestleMania defends the mid-card titles. What the heck, dude?
Yeah. And what do you think of it? All the hype around John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Everybody knows John Cena is going to be a 17-time world champion.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of Jay and Gunther's hype?
Oh, that's going to be a good match. Jay's going to win that, Chiz. I'm sorry. But Gunther is nothing but a paper champion.
He's not a good champion.
All I got to say is, Gunther, your title reign is Chiz. It's not so good. We need a Yeet champion.
Yeet. Yeah.
So I'm going to lay down the Yeet master down here on you. Yeet.
Yeet. And what do you think of Jacob Fatu and LA Knight and
that's
also...
the only that's the only freaking mid-card title is going to be there. It's going to be, the Intercontinental, of course the Intercontinental title is going to be defended. Of course the United States title is going to be defended. But why not the women's mid-cards, dude?
Yeah. And what do you think of it that also this about that? They said that, I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, dang, I'm trying to remember. It's about that matches and everything, and how we could see all these matches be good and everything. But they say Becky Lynch may return during WrestleMania.
Becky Lynch. Huh, why we need this freaking orange head crown witch back?
Do you think she'll come back, though?
Bro, I can't. I mean, of course we'll see her back because, of course, the orange-haired goon is Seth Rollins' wife, which I hate you, Seth, but I mean, you're ugly looking, but your wife is better looking than you. So I don't even know how you bagged a woman like her. Bro, I can always see John Cena dating Becky Lynch, but not Seth. God damn. Freaking Seth's laugh is so hysterically creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Bro, you're a freaking weirdo.
And what do you think of this? That
No, I'm not gonna lie, his freaking laugh is funny, but like he's weird though at the same time. But he's just so goofy as hell.
Yeah.
But he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, and what do you think of this is Dominic Mysterio's first match at WrestleMania without Rey Mysterio in it.
Oh yeah, last year he got his butt whooped by freaking his daddy.
Yeah.
He got daddy problems.
What do you think of it that Braun, Penta, Finn, and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania?
So Dom versus Penta versus
Finn versus Breaker.
Braun?
No, Braun Breaker versus Finn versus Penta versus Dom.
Wait, so why is... Oh, so so Finn's in it? Penta and Dom and Braun Breaker?
Yep.
How the heck is... Oh, yeah, that's right, because freaking Dom pulled the strings to get Finn in there.
Liv did.
Well, Liv and Dom.
Yep.
Well, why the hell would Liv do that for freaking Finn? Finn is acting mad shady to everyone.
Yeah. And what do you think of that match?
It's going to be a good match. I mean, okay, so I feel like... Okay, Finn already won the Intercontinental title. Braun's already been two-time Intercontinental... Well, Finn and Braun are already two-time Intercontinental champions, okay? So I feel like my opinion is I feel like Dom should win his first Intercontinental title or first win the Intercontinental title and then be like Intercontinental champion for about like a week or a month or so and then lose to the Penta.
Yeah. And what do you think of this? Jade versus Naomi.
Okay, Jade versus Naomi. Well, Naomi already had see that coming because what she did to Jade. Well, here's the thing. I don't blame Naomi, okay? I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at it, it's how Liv is eating Raquel's potential as being a women's world champion.
Yeah.
That Jade was doing to Bianca, and I don't like Bianca Belair.
Me
that's
neither.
That's why I want freaking Rhea Ripley to win.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to remember.
It's like mommy is always on top when she's the world women's champion. I mean, she's always on top when she's not champion, but like, bro, like, give her the world title back.
Yeah.
She got screwed because of Bianca, and I hate that chiz.
Yeah. So, Randy, what do you think of Triple H getting inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, he deserves it. He's going to be a two-time Hall of Famer because not only he had a singles run, he also was part of a faction, a really great faction called D-Generation X, greatest faction ever. It had Rogue Gunn, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, China, rest in peace to you, and Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm. And if you had to meet Triple H, what would you say to him right now?
Triple H, I love you, man. You doing a great job as running WWE. You're a great man. You're a great promoter. You're doing fantastic. If I had to give you a percentage and give you a rate of how you're doing, I would say screw the 5-star thing. I give you 100-star chiz, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything you did, and I love everything you try to do with Bray, because that was my role model. That was my idol, and I loved everything you did with him and brought him back, because I missed him in the WWE, and I was hoping for him to come back. I was hoping for him to return. And if it wasn't for you, Triple H, I don't think I'll ever see Bray Wyatt in the WWE ring one more time at all. And I want to say thank you, and thank you for being so much part of the WWE, and I will love to see you so more in the WWE and be part of it. You are a part of the WWE, and WWE is your home, as it's like my home. I grew up on it since I grew up, and not only that, the craziest thing, Triple H, if you ever see this video, I would tell you, I remember seeing your match with The Undertaker in the train station at Penn. And I think I had the oh my God moments on DVD, and it had that match.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest match ever.
Yeah.
Where Undertaker actually tombstone pile drive Triple H on the freaking escalator, dude. That was insane.
Yeah. And what do you think of Triple H being inducted, finally?
Triple H deserves it, dude. He freaking deserves it.
And what do you think of him turning John Cena heel?
Oh, man, that's incredible, dude.
And what do you think of, like, about how John Cena is going to be on SmackDown this Friday?
I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
On SmackDown.
Yeah.
And, because the way it was, he's like, I'm not going to go on SmackDown until freaking we're in Las Vegas. That's a good choice. No, because I have to say this. Not a lot, because if you look at it,
mm-hmm.
have you seen any WWE wrestler say a pay-per-view that's going to be featured in that city, and they say, and they're not going to go to the show until they're in that city, until that event. Not one has done that, dude. And I feel like he's the first.
That's true. And what do you think of Drew McIntyre versus Damian in that street fight that's going to be at WrestleMania?
Bro, I feel like that's going to be a 5-star match. That's going to be a good star match. That's going to be insane. But I feel like... Okay, so I feel like Damian needs to win that, because Drew has... Okay, so this is the thing about Drew, and I'm not gonna say anything bad or disrespectful. I'm just gonna say this honestly about my honest opinion. Don't get me wrong, Drew is a good wrestler. He's a great freaking wrestler.
Yeah.
But on top of that, like, he does do cheap shots. Like how freaking John Cena cheap shotted Cody.
Yeah. I remember that.
But, like, if you look at it, if you have a gimmick that you have to do that because you're going on a heel... No, because Drew was always a heel person. He only had one babyface and good guy turn, but he never had... That was the last time The only time he had a good guy turn was when he was WWE champion. He was going against Randy Orton, and Randy Orton had good guy scenes, and he was a heel his whole life.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, Triple H was a heel, and he was like a baby face, and then he was like what's called face, and then and that was it. There's baby face to face, and there's heel. So Triple H was baby face. So when you first go to the WWE, you're baby face. So you're the baby of the WWE. So you're baby face. So no one knows who you are yet. Then when you get to the WWE, and they said, okay, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be the face of the company. So you're a face. Then but they're also, you could be the baby face as a good guy. So there's a baby face when you first start WWE, and then there's baby face when you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Then there's face, like you're the face of the company. Like Cody Rhodes is the face of the company, and he's the face and the baby face because he's the champion, and he's the face. He's the face because he's the champion, and he's the baby face because he's the good guy.
Yeah. And what do you think of just all the matches that they're going to have at WrestleMania this year?
For what?
All the matches.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy, dude. The matches.
Yeah. I honestly also agree that I think Damian is going to win that match against Drew McIntyre. Drew is a really great wrestler, no doubt. He is a great wrestler. But honestly, Damian needs this win. And last year we saw Drew McIntyre win against Seth. And honestly, I think Damian is going to win this time because Damian needs to win this match. And also, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I think that Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton match is going to be a really good match. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to win that match against Charlotte Flair because we don't need to see Charlotte Flair as another champion because she's already won so many titles. And also, she keeps getting booed everywhere right now. And literally, nobody wants her to win. And I respect you guys if you want Charlotte to win. I respect that. That's your opinion. But my opinion is Tiffany Stratton deserves to win. It's Tiffy time. And it's Damian time. I think Damian is going to win against Drew McIntyre. That's my honest opinion. Because Damian deserves to win. All the WrestleMania hype is awesome because we get to see all of the really awesome stars be there. We see them honor Triple H and everything. It's really awesome to see because Triple H has done so much for the company, and he's an amazing CEO of WWE. And honestly, if Randy Orton does have a match with Solos, I think Randy Orton is going to win against Solo, no matter what. Because we don't need to see another Randy Orton versus Solo. I would rather see Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. I'd be fine with that match. Because Nick Aldis was a good wrestler, I know that. But honestly, I'm excited for John Cena and what do you call it? I'm trying to remember. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Those two are like my role models. I hope John wins that match. I wouldn't be mad if Cody won, but I also wouldn't be mad if John won. And Rhea, I think Rhea or Io is going to win. If I had to pick, I'd probably pick Rhea maybe or Io. Either one. I can't stand Bianca. I think Jade is going to win against Naomi. And also, either Penta or Dom is going to win. And also, Jay versus Gunther. I think Jay's going to win. Yeet. And that's what I think. And also, talking about the Boston Red Sox, my honest opinion, the Red Sox have been a really good team. When I saw that they lost 16-1 against the Tampa Bay Rays, I could not believe it because the Rays are a really great team. The Red Sox are a really good team. But the Red Sox and Yankees are the two best teams in baseball. Yankees have most World Series titles. Red Sox are a really good team where they've gone to the World Series, they've won, they've lost, but it's awesome to see that they have their own Netflix series because it's a really good series. I've seen it. It's really good. My honest opinion, it's that good. And I think the Red Sox are a good team, and I think they're going to be a really good team this year. I think I could see them making it to the postseason, and we'll get a Yankees versus Red Sox in the ALDS or ALCS. I'd be fine with it because literally, I love Red Sox. I love the Yankees. I love that series. As a Yankee fan, David Ortiz was my favorite player from the Red Sox. And Devers and Bogarts. But honestly, if I had to pick, David Ortiz is my favorite player from the Red Sox. That's my honest opinion.
My favorite one to see right now, and this is a no brainer. My two favorite ones is going to be the street fight with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, and I really can't wait to see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Honestly, me too, because those two are like my two role models. And what do you think of this? That the Red Sox lost one game to the Rays 16-1. And then they came back to win 7-4 the next day. But the Red Sox lost by a score of 16-1 against the Tampa Bay Rays. What's your thought on that?
That's insane.
That the Rays scored 16 runs off of the Red Sox pitching, but then they lost 7-4 the next day.
That's insane, dude.
And what do you think of the Red Sox making a documentary about their clubhouse, their leadership, and the 2004 Red Sox, and the 2006 Red Sox, and the 2005 Red Sox, and 2007 Red Sox? What do you think of their making a Netflix series about the big comebacks of the Red Sox?
That would be insane, dude.
It's already on Netflix.
I didn't know.
And what do you think of the Red Sox in general, about how they've been improving their team over the years?
I'm not going to lie. Okay, so the Red Sox and the Yankees are one of the greatest teams ever in baseball right now. Because, okay, so if you look at it, I feel like it's the Yankees that has the Yankees have the most World Series wins.
Yes.
And then I feel like the Red Sox are the second one, the team that has the second most.
The Cardinals.
Well, the Red Sox will catch up with them, those dumb mother effers beforehand, dude.
Yeah. You were saying about the Red Sox, though?
But Red Sox and Yankees are the top better teams in the baseball right now, dude. So like you can't lie about that.
Yeah. And
because
sorry, you were saying.
Because the Red Sox and Yankees, I feel like the Red Sox and the Yankees been in more World Series and lost more World Series, and then the Red Sox were in the same category as that.
Yeah. And what do you think of how the Orioles have been? They've gone through some struggles, but they still have had players come back from injury, and they've become an even better team this year.
Yeah.
And how they've improved their team with veteran leadership and younger superstars.
I agree with that, dude.
And what do you think of the Orioles?
I mean, I have family in Maryland, so, like, you know, they're Oriole fans, so I mean, every time when I go to Maryland, and I would pass Oriole Stadium, and it's a very nice stadium.
Camden Yards. It's a really cool stadium. And
it's a nice stadium. I've seen it before.
Yeah, and what do you think of it, being a Red Sox fan, but being a sports fan and respecting other teams, and how I have jerseys from almost every other team, and I'm a Yankee fan, and I respect other players, and I have David Ortiz jersey.
I would never expect you to have a David Ortiz jersey.
I do. Bless you.
Thank you.
And what do you think?
I'm not gonna lie. I would never, not in a million years, I would ever expect a Yankee fan to have a Red Sox jersey, because Red Sox and Yankees are rivals. But I'm one of those people say, like, if you're a jersey collector, you can collect whatever jersey in your collection. It doesn't mean what fan you are, no matter what rival you are. That doesn't mean you're not a true Yankee fan. If you're just a jersey collector, you're a jersey collector. But you could be a fan of any team, of a rival team, and you could just collect jerseys, dude. It's obviously the facts.
Yeah, and what do you think of this? Mike Trout saw a fan try to take a ball out of his glove, and it could have been called fan interference, but it didn't. But he met with the fan and the kid, and it was an Astros fan, and he met with the kid, and the kid was so apologetic. He said, "I'm so sorry, Mike Trout. I hope you're not mad at me." And Mike Trout just stayed calm. he signed the baseball, he signed a bat and a glove, and he gave the kid signed baseball, signed gloves, signed bat, and season tickets, and he got Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez from the Astros clubhouse to come over and meet the fan, and he did that for the fan, and he said, I'm not mad at you, I forgive you, and it's not your fault. That he was doing that for a fan.
That's insane, dude. Because not a lot of players would do that, dude, and not a lot of players will be like, "Oh, I forgive you. It's not your fault." But like, it depends on the player and depends on their how they freaking have that attitude, you know?
Yeah.
But like, it's insane, dude. Like, he freaking says, "I'm not mad at you, dude." That's insane.
And he forgave the little kid, and he got him to meet his idol, Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez.
Dude, that's a heck of a player, because that's a little kid, dude. That's a little freaking kid, and like, you can't get mad at a little kid, but at least the little kid had manners and he apologized. Because like, kids these days, they have bad attitudes, and they don't care.
Yeah.
And they don't respect like things in general.
Yeah.
But that's a kid that has respect manners.
Yeah. And what do you think of this? The last thing Aaron Judge said, that he said he's proud to be a girl dad and he loves being a girl dad. He thanks his wife for everything. He respects her for everything. And he says she's the toughest woman ever. And she has become a great mother. And he is learning everything to become a great dad while playing the game of baseball.
Imagine his daughter follows his freaking footsteps. Like, I mean, MLB. Screw the freaking gender type-ish. Just make baseball an intergender type-ish, dude.
We have women as broadcasters and coaches now.
Yeah, why can't you make women as baseball players too?
I agree.
Like I always say, anything a man can do, a woman can do better, dude.
Yeah. And what do you think of this? That what Aaron Judge said about being a girl dad. And that how he respects his wife.
Aaron Judge, just want to say congratulations to you, man. You're a heck of a dad. You're a heck of a man, dude. Keep up the great work you do, man. You're always loved in New York. But I please ask for forgiveness that I'm a New Yorker and I'm a Red Sox fan. I respect you as a player. If anything I had to say to you, dude, I was hoping you would win the World Series last year. I just can't stand the LA Dodgers.
Yeah. And he said his favorite opposing ballpark to hit a home run in is Fenway Park. Because he respects the fans for booing him and for the atmosphere of Red Sox and Yankee fans.
Bro, I love it. I mean, I would never say this at all. I'm not gonna lie. I love players that don't care when the freaking crowd is booing him, because that's his job to be a player.
Yeah.
And the fact that I hear him say my most favorite park to go to is Fenway Park.
And they hit a home run.
I love this dude.
Yeah.
Not a lot of freaking Yankee players love to go to Fenway because that's their big rivals, dude.
Yeah. And it's hard to hit home runs there.
Bro, I love the Green Monster, dude. I want to go on that freaking thing.
Yeah. And I do want to say thank you for doing the sports interview. It'll be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
If you remember our sports interviews all the time, if you don't know now you know. Better like, subscribe, comment, post that notification, hit that notification button, and thank you for coming to our interview. And if you have any ideas, go down to the comments below. And if you have any questions for us, go in the comments. But if you have ideas, go in the comments.
Yep.